Hi guys, good morning. Yeah. Let me share my screen. Today what we need to discuss? X function. Yeah. See here. See, DAX function. What is the full form of DAX? Full form data analytics expression. What is the full form of DAX? Data analysis expression. Analysis. So first of all, see here. Right. What is the use of DAX functions? Why DAX functions? See, whatever DAX functions are there, the same functions what we discussed in transform data, both are same. Then why should we need to use DAX functions? DAX functions are dynamic. Okay, transform data options are static. What is the meaning of dynamic and static? Dynamic means at the time of running a report, what calculations we need to see must and should using like a DAX function only we can jump. Static means before running of the report. Before running of the report, what operations we did it in transform data, those are static. At the time of running of a report, okay, that means at the time of running a report, what results we are getting, those are dynamic. What is the difference? Suppose, for example, you are there. You are selecting, there is a country column is there. You are selecting Canada. For Canada, I want, if you are selecting Canada in the visualization, I want to see the total sales. Suppose if I'm selecting Mexico, then average COGS. See here, at a time, one result only. But based on the selection, operation is changed or not. If you select Canada in the visualization, it is showing total sales. That means sum operation. If you are selecting Mexico, average COGS. That means in one result, two different operations we are performing at a time. Understand clear? That means if the user is selected Canada, then the different operation. If user is selected Mexico, different operation. Right. Understand clearly? That means whenever we are selecting, then automatically if the operations are changed, must and should we have to use DAX functions only. Because we are running of the report. That means if your user is selected any of the value in the visualization, means that you are running on the report itself. When you are running on the report, when you want to see different operations and based on the selection, then must and should we have to use DAX functions. That's the reason DAX functions are implemented. Understand clearly? Okay. So in DAX functions, see, all are single word functions only. And some, see here, all these DAX functions having different categories are there. Like sometimes date time functions, sometimes text functions, sometimes logical functions, okay, mathematical functions, trigonometrical functions, statistical functions, filter functions. There are different categories out there. Understand? Based on the category, under that there are different functions are there. Those we need to discuss one by one. Understand? Please? Now, if you want to go to the Okay, if you want to go to the DAX functions means in Google, you have to type like a DAX reference. What is that? DAX reference. Okay, what is that? DAX reference. Okay, DAX reference. When you see here, click on DAX reference in Google. There did you see DAX function reference or data analysis expression related reference? Both are same. If you click on this one, okay, see here, data analysis expression reference, you have to click on this one. Under that, did you see DAX functions are there or not? You have to click on this option only. Under this, see here, there are different aggregation functions, date time functions, filter functions, financial functions, information functions, logical functions, matrix functions, other functions, relationship functions. These are all the different category. Okay. When you click on any of the category, under that particular category, what are all the functions are there that you can see here? See here. These are the function names. All functions are single word only. Don't like no need to write like 10 lines, 20 lines of coding. Only single word. Most of the function you all you already know because you already know SQL Server functions as well as like Power BI transform data options, right? So most of the time, that means 80% is covered here. Those functions only here. 10, 20 are extra function. Those we need to discuss. So understand clear. Okay. So all these are the different categories of functions. These category of functions we can apply it in Power BI. Understand clear? Actually, whatever DAX functions are there, those DAX functions in Power BI, in which option we can apply? In Power BI, where we can apply these DAX functions? Let's see here. Suppose, for example, see here. Suppose, for example, if you want to apply the DAX function means in Power BI, where we can apply the DAX functions? In Power BI, where we can apply the DAX functions means in three options only we can apply the DAX functions. In three options only. And one important point is DAX functions we cannot apply it in transform data. Very, very, very important. DAX functions are cannot applied in transform data. Always DAX functions we can apply it in the model only. Understand clearly? Model only we can apply it. Okay. Where we can apply the DAX functions? That means under modeling tab. Did you see modeling tab is there, right? Understand or not? That means always DAX functions we can apply it on in Power BI model only. In Power BI model, in different tabs, we can see those three options. Okay. Suppose if you are there in report view tab, so under modeling tab, will you see like new measure, new column, and new table? New measure, new column, and new table. What is that? New measure, new column, and new table. In these three options only, DAX functions are applied. But these three options, wherever, in whichever tab we can see, there itself we can. Suppose if I'm there in report view tab, go to modeling, you will see three options. When you go to the table view, under table view, table tools is there. Here also, did you see same option, new measure, new column, new. In these three options only, we can apply the X function, not any other options. Okay. Suppose if you go to the modeling view, okay, model view, here also, did you see new measure, new column, new view? Here only we can apply that action. Not only this one, in report view tab, under home also, did you see measure is there? Here also you can apply measure. Suppose for example, if you under the data tab, if you right click on this one, did you see new measure, new column? Here also we can apply. That means Wherever you can see those three options, in those options only you can apply it. Okay, very, very important. If you right click on a data set, you will see new measure, new column. Sometimes this is also very useful. Here also we can apply the DAX functions. Understand clearly? Is that clear or not? Vijay, I have one doubt is that. What is my doubt is DAX function is only one, right? Why three options? One is enough, right? Then why three different options are there? Because DAX functions are categorized into three. DAX functions are categorized into three. One is few DAX functions are written as single value. What is that? Few DAX functions are written as single value. So whatever DAX functions returns a single value, those you can apply it on new measure. Those you can apply it on new measure. You understand or not? Understand or not? Okay. What is that one? Whatever some few DAX functions are written as single value. Those DAX functions we can apply it on new measure. Remember this. Very, very important. Don't confuse here. Okay. Some DAX functions are on row level calculation we need to do. Few DAX functions are row level calculation we need to do. Those DAX function we can apply it on new column. What happened? Okay. Understand or not? Whichever DAX functions are row level calculation, those DAX functions we can apply it on new column. Understand or not? Okay. Next one is some DAX functions. Few DAX functions are creating a new data sets. Few DAX functions are creating a new data set. Those related DAX functions we can apply it on new table. Understand clearly? Okay. Understand clearly? Okay. Few DAX functions are creating a new table. Those DAX functions we can apply it on new table. That means some DAX functions are creating a new data set. Okay. Those related DAX functions we can apply it on new table. So that's the reason. Okay. Because of this, DAX functions are categorized into three. Here also three different options are there. Understand clearly? Quick measure is not required. Why it is not required? It is generated DAX function, which is the default option provided by Power BI. But every time we have to use by writing the DAX options like new measure, new column, and new table only we are doing an operation. Understand clearly? Which DAX functions returns a single value? Those functions we can apply it on new measure. What DAX functions on row level calculation? Those DAX functions we can apply it on new column. What DAX functions, whichever DAX functions are creating a new data set, those we can apply it on new table. Understand? So our DAX functions are categorized into three. That's the reason three different options are available. Anywhere you can apply. Wherever, suppose measure related DAX function I want to apply. That you can see it in home also. Understand or not? Here also. Or if you right click on this one, here also new measure is there. Or else if you go to the table view, there also you can use measure also. Okay. Or else model view, here also you can see measure value. Okay. If you go to the DAX query view, here it is not available. Okay. When you right click on any of the data set, here also we cannot see that particular one. Only in these three tabs only you will see those related one. There itself, which option is required, in that option only DAX functions are applied. Understand clearly? First category is, what is the first category we need to discuss? Okay. First, we need to discuss the category called aggregation functions. What is that? Aggregation. What are aggregation functions? Tell me. That's it, right? That's it or not? Sum, min, max, average, count. That is the advantage. That's the reason I told you to prepare in SQL Server. No need to, I will show you. There is a comparison will be there. Power BI DAX function, Power BI transform data, SQL Server functions. Both I will prepare one document. Okay, you can verify this one. This is the document I prepared this one. See here. Once the DAX functions are completed, then I will share this particular one to you. So like this, Power BI aggregation DAX function syntaxes, transform data options, and SQL Server function syntaxes. See, I will give this particular one. All the syntaxes clearly it is mentioned. Understand or not? So if you prepared properly SQL Server function, no need to prepare DAX functions in Power BI. Almost 70 to 80% it is covered. Only few are the new function, those all you have to prepare here. Understand? So here also aggregation functions are average, min, max, count. Okay. Another one is sum related one only. Understand clearly? Let's see what are the aggregation functions. See here, in aggregation functions, when you click on the aggregation, did you see different functions like, okay, average, average, yeah, average. Vijay, average function one, right? Why they are categorized into three? Because if the data is categorized into three different, that's the reason there. Don't worry, I will explain you each and every point. Okay, categorized into three different. What is that one? I will tell you. Okay, understood. So first function in aggregation function is approximate distinct count is not required. Leave it about this one. First one is average. Okay. What is average? What is the average formula? Sum of values by number of values. That is the mathematical formula for average, right? Here in any IT sector, okay, when you want to perform any type of function, no need to write any formulas here. In your education, you are writing a formula for that particular average, but here no need to. But the same formula automatically each and every tool will be implemented. Understand? But here what you need to do, you just need to pass the column names inside that particular average. You just need to pass column name inside that one. Backend, in the backend, that application will calculate the same formula and it will give the result. Understand clearly? Application will calculate the same formula and it will give the result. Understand clear? Understand clearly not? Okay. So here also we need to give the column name. Then automatically how the SQL server calculate the same formula? Here also, sum of values by number of values automatically the Power BI will be calculated and it will give the result. But inside the average, what type of columns you need to pass? Numeric or decimal related columns only. Can we perform average on date related? Can we perform on character related one average? Can we perform average on character related one? No, it is not possible. Specifically, only on numeric or decimal related columns only we can apply the average function. Right? Let's see. See here. For one important point is all aggregation functions. How many values it will returns? Only one value. Understand or not? That means always aggregation functions returns a single value. How many values it will returns aggregation functions? Any function will returns a single value. Any aggregation functions returns a single. So if it is a single value related functions, in which option we can apply it in Power BI? Huh? In which option we can apply it in Power BI? Whatever DAX functions returns a single value, those functions we can apply it on which option? New measure. Right. See here. So that means, so let's discuss. See here. All the first aggregation functions we need to implement in Power BI. Okay. What is the first one? Average. In average, what type of columns? Numeric or decimal. So average function, not only this average function, any type of aggregation functions returns a single value. If it returns a single value DAX function, in which option we can apply? New measure. That's what I told you, right? Remember, whatever I'm explaining, remember. Okay. In new measure only we can apply it. How you can apply, how you can return the single value, how you can apply in the measure? Let's see. Either in new measure or in new column or in new table. Okay. Whatever options and whatever DAX functions are there, those you can implement in the respective options. Understand? Suppose I want to apply it in new measure. So when you click on new measure, immediately here the formula bar is enabled. Inside the formula bar only, you have to write the action. Not only for new measure, even if you click on new column or new table, this formula bar is enabled. Inside that only you can apply that one. Understand clearly? See here. First here any name. Any name. Suppose XYZ. I'm giving a name is XYZ. After giving a name, you have to put is equal to. By default, is equal to will be there. After is equal to, you have to write a DAX function. After is equal to only you have to know. What DAX function you want to implement? That DAX function. What is a DAX function? What is a DAX function? Average. See here. Average. Average. Average of see here, did you see the syntax of this? Average of, what is this one? Call. What type of column you need to pass? Numeric or decimal column. You just need to pass inside that one. Then automatically the average will be calculated and it will give you the answer. Okay. See here. You just need to pass only one column. Either it is numeric column or decimal, only one column from any data set. Any data set column you can pass. It's not compulsory in append one data set or data set. Any data set column you need to pass here. See here. Suppose when you open the bracket, you just need to type the column name. Okay. Suppose for example, ID. I'm, I'm typing only column name. Okay. When you type the column name here, did you see like before the column name, always dataset name also it is there. Why the dataset name is there? Because same column will be there in multiple dataset. If the dataset name is not there, how we can identify that ID column is related to that particular dataset? That's the reason in Power BI, whenever you want to pass a column name, before the column name, dataset name must should be there. Suppose you can say like easily this ID column is related to which data set? Pen. Because the same column will be there in different data set. So we need to identify which data set column. That's the reason like this it will be there. This is the column. If any column you want to identify means before the column name, data set name is there. Okay, that is the one. Close this one. And after that, what you have to do? And now you have to execute that particular function. How to execute it? There are two ways we can execute that particular function. One is click on enter button in your keyboard. Click on enter button in your keyboard, or else this is the option to validate. Okay. After writing a DAX function, must and should you need to validate. Either click on enter button in your keyboard or else click on tick mark. By clicking on this tick mark, see it is validated. Once it is validated, we need to see the result of that particular measure. See here, understand? I want to see the, see, I'm calculating average, right? Once you calculated, some result is there. That result it is stored under XYZ. But I want to see the result of that particular one. Where we can see the measure related result. If you want to remember, if you want to see the measure related result, okay, there are two ways. In two ways only we can see the measure. Where we can see in, did you see DAX query view? In DAX query view, measure value we can see, or else we can see the measure value in the visualization. Okay. If you want to see the measure value means we can see the measure values in DAX query view or else in visualization we can see. Okay, let's see how we can see the measure value in DAX query view. Okay, first go to the DAX query view. This is the tab, right? DAX query view. See here, whichever measure it is, do you see? This is a measure, right? If it is a measure, before the name, did you see some calculated symbol, right? This is a measure. If it is a calculated symbol icon is there, mean that is a measure. Understand clearly? I want to see the result of this particular measure. What you have to do, come to the DAX query view tab, under which data set your DAX function is there, go to the respective data set. And if you right click on that particular data set, under quick queries, you will see an option called evaluate. What is that? Evaluate. When you click on evaluate, what is that one it is showing? 2.5 is the result. Understand or not? 2.5 is the result. Understand? Whether 2.5 is correct or not, we need to check it. How you can check it? You need to apply the formula. And apply the formula and see the result whether it is correct or not. Go to the table view here itself, right? So on which column you are applying average ID? What is the mathematical formula for average? Number, sum of values by number. What is sum of values by ID values? What is the sum here? 10. Divided by how many number of records? 4, right? In this ID column, total is 10. Divided by, in this ID column, how many number of records? 4 it is. 10 divided by 4 means how much it is? 2.5. That's what it is showing here, right? Okay. Not only this one, most of the times measure values or new column values or a new table values, always we can show it in the visualization only. Okay. In visualization, in visualization, if you want to see the measure values in visualization, if you want to see the measure values, how you can see the measure values means, see, in visualization also, you have single value related visualizations also there, or else in any visualization you can put a measure value. But if you want to see the measure value in the visualization as a single value, then take a single value type of visual. What is the single value type of visual in Power BI? It is card visual. Card is the visual always shows a single value. Card is the visual always it will shows a single value. Okay. If you want to see the single value related in the visualization means you have to take a card visual. Vijay, only in card visual only we can place the measure. No, in any visual you can place a measure value. But if you want to see the measure value in a single, okay, then you have to take single type of visualization. That is card visual. Understand clearly? See here, when you click on this one. So I'm taking this card visual. After that, just drag and drop XYZ into this one. Visualization. What is the result it is showing? Is that correct or not? Is that correct or not? You understand or not? Okay. You understand or okay? So this is that clear or not? Okay. Not only card visual, in any visual you can place the measure value. But if you want to see the measure value in a single in the visualization means card visual is the option. Understand clearly? Any doubts in this one? Okay. Can we place a decimal related column inside that particular average function? Yes. Numeric column you are passing, decimal column also you can pass that. Now, one important point is while while writing the functions in new measure or in new column or in new table, the names always must and should be. See here, here I'm writing XYZ. Do by seeing the name itself, can I identify it? What function is applied inside that? Can I identify that? No. XYZ, we don't know. When you click on that one, then only you know you are applying average function. But if without clicking on that particular one, by seeing the name itself, I can easily identify what function is applied inside that one. So that's the reason while giving a names, either in new measure or in new column or new table, always better to give function names. Always you have to give function name. What is the function name here? Average. The same name you can give here also. Understand clearly? Right. Is that clear or not? Huh? See here, average of this. Understand clearly. Any doubts in this? Understand clearly or not? Yeah. Is that clear or not? This is average function. Next one is, what is this one? Average A. What is this one? Why this is also calculated average only. Average A, average X is also calculating average on. But there are some rules are there. With that one, it will calculate average. What is average A means? See, along with the numeric or decimal, sometimes in a column, you will see true or false also, right? In a column, along with the numeric or decimals, you will see some true or false. True means it will take it as considered as 1 and false means it will consider as 0. Okay. If suppose along with the numeric or decimal, if true or false also there, then we have to apply a related category of aggregation functions. Because in average function, is it allowed true or false? No, it is not allowed. In average, it is not allowed to take the true or false related values in a column. Understand? True or false values in a column. Okay. In average A, or average A only it is supported. Average A, it will allows numeric, decimal, or true or false also. Okay. Because in average, only numeric or decimals we can pass it, not other value. Okay. If other values are there like true or false, then we can use a function called average A. But A related category of functions we cannot implement in Power BI. A related category of aggregation function. That means at the end, A related category of function, the aggregation functions, we are not using because our business data always in a proper way. That means either numeric or decimal. Then why they are including here means, okay, so they're asking this question in interview point of time. What is the difference between average and average? Okay. Average will allows numeric or decimals only. Average will allows decimal, numeric, decimal, true or false also. If true means it will consider as 1. False means it will consider as 0. After converting that, it will calculate the average on that particular column and it will give the result. But no need to use any at the end A related aggregation functions. No need to use that one. Understand clearly, like average A, min A, max A, count A. Those all functions are not required to use in real time. Understand or not? Just for interview purpose only, we need to prepare this. Next one is average X. What is that? X. Here, see here. What we need to do in average X is we need to write an expression. What is that? In average X, we need to write an expression. Expression means you can write multiple columns. In between the columns, if you are using mathematical operators, then that is called as an expression. What are mathematical operators? You understand what I'm saying? In X-related aggregation functions, okay, must and should you need to write an expression. Okay. What is an expression means? Expression is nothing but if you write more than one column, in between the columns, if you use mathematical operators. What are mathematical operators? Plus, minus, multiplication, division. These are all mathematical operators. These mathematical operators must and should you have to use in between the columns. Then what will happen based on the mathematical operator? Those those columns will calculate an expression, and what result it is getting, on that result average will be calculated. You understand? You understand or not? In average X, okay, you can write an expression. Expression meaning is, please, you can write multiple columns. In between the columns, must and should you have to use any one mathematical operator. Based on the mathematical operator, it will calculate an expression. And what result it is getting, on that result, again, it is calculate average. That is the meaning key. Not only say, in any aggregation function, at the end x related, same thing. Okay, expression only it is calculated. Expression only it is calculated. Very, very important entry point of time. What is the difference between average and average x? Or what is the difference between sum and sum x, min and min x, max and max x, count and count x? What is the difference? See, here in average, always we need to pass single parameter. What is the meaning of single parameter? You're passing either numeric column or decimal column inside. That in a syntax wise, what if you pass only one column in that particular function, that is a parameter. We can call it as syntax wise, we can call it as a parameter. Understand clearly or not? Okay. In average, you have to pass single parameter of single parameter is single column. Understand clearly or not? But in average X, what is that one? Two parameter syntax it is. Okay. One is table name, comma, expression. In any aggregation, X related category of aggregation functions, you will have two parameter syntax it is. In the first parameter, table name, comma. In the second parameter, expression. You need to write it. Don't forget this one. Let's see. Now, see here. Even average X is also written as a single value. Even average X is also written as a single value. So, if it is a single value related DAX function, in which option we can apply? New measure only. Don't forget this one. Okay. See here. I told you what you need to write here. Any name, see, it's not compulsory to function name. Any name you can write it. As per my suggestion, better to write the function name. Because by seeing the name itself, you can identify it inside that one what function is applied. So that's the reason. Same function. Here, where we can apply the function? Where we can apply the function? After equal to only. After equal to only, always write a function. What is the function name? Did you see? When I type like AV, automatically it will comes here, the function name. That means you no need to type the complete name of the function. Understand clearly? See here. Vijay, how can I identify that is a function? Okay. You will see three different things. How can we identify column? How can we identify the function? How can we identify the table? Right? See here. You already know how we can identify the column. Before the column, what it will be there? Before the column name, if you want to give the column name inside the function, before the column name, what it will be there? Data set name will be there. So that, see here, sometimes what will happen is column name, okay, table name, and function name. These three are sometimes it is same. How you can identify which is the column, which is the table, which is the function? See here, if it is a function, before the function name, if you see the symbol like fx, that is a function. If you see the symbol like a fx, that is a function. If the column name before the data set name, that is a column related one. Column means if whenever you type a column, before the column name, data set name must ensure. That is it. Okay. If you see only table name, I will show you table name how it will be there. Okay. In this one, which one we need to choose? AVERAGEX, this one, because before the name, did you see FX symbol? FX related one only function. You have to choose FX related function. Okay. Here, what you need to write in there? How many parameters you can pass it in X related one? Two. One is, always remember, don't forget this one. Don't forget this one. Very, very important when it comes to real time scenarios or anywhere. Okay. Here, what is the first one? Table name, comma, expression. First table. After that, expression. How many parameters in X? Not only this function, any aggregation function, X related functions, it is two parameter only. What is the first one? Table. Table means table name, comma. Expression means in between the multiple columns, you have to use mathematical operator. That is an expression. Okay, let's see. Suppose, for example, I'm writing a table name. Table name. What is a table name? You just need to see here. Directly, the only table name will be there. That related one. Did you see the symbols like a table symbol? That is a table name. Understand or not? If you see before the name itself, if it is a table symbol, then that is a table name. Comma. After that, what is that one? Expression. What is that? Expression. What is expression will do? What is expression will do? Here, you know, right? Expression. What is the meaning of expression? You can write multiple columns. What type of columns you need to write? Decimal. In average related one, what is the rule? It will allows only numeric or decimal. So whenever we are passing multiple columns, those all the columns must and should be either in a numeric or a decimal data type only. Don't pass other related columns. It will throw us an error. So you can pass any type of column, but you need to use same data set columns only. That means in append one data set columns only you have to use it. Don't use other related one. Understand clearly? What is that particular one? Did you see? Like suppose for example, ID, append one ID. After that, very good. In between the columns, must and should you have to use any one mathematical operator. So whenever you are writing after column name, must and should first you have to use operator. My class. Tomorrow classes will be there. Tomorrow classes are there. So everyone need to attend all the classes. Understand clearly? Mhm. Is that clear or not? Tomorrow classes will be there as usual. Okay. So everyone don't miss the classes. Very important. Don't miss when we are explaining DAX functions until the DAX function. If DAX functions are completed means 65% is completed by Power BI. 65%. Transform data, most of the things transform data DAX functions. If you covered these two means 65% is completed. Remaining things, even even if you don't have a knowledge on other related one, by seeing that you can easily learn it. But these two are very important. Transform data DAX functions. If you are very much familiar in transform data and DAX function, practice more and get the results. Okay. If you practice more, you know you are expert in Power BI. In these two only, most of the DAX's Power BI is created. Understand clear? See, This is an ID column. With this ID column, what we need to do? I'm writing an expression. See here, what expression I'm writing. Here, listen carefully. Okay. See here. See, this is an expression. Expression means you have to write more than one column. In between the columns, must and should you have to use any one mathematical operator. Now, after writing this column, what you need to write? Operator. What are the mathematical operators? My plus, minus, multiplication, division. Any one. Suppose, for example, multiplication. Another column you have to. Another column is in the same data set column only you have to write it, either numeric or decimal. If suppose sometimes columns are not there, at that point of time, you can give the static value also. Understand or not? In the same data set columns only, you can write it here. But sometimes if the columns are not there, sometimes we need to write the static like this. Okay, here I'm writing a static value is 2. In place of 2, you can write another column also. Now, close. Like this, you can write n number of things. Understand clear? Close this bracket. Now, what will happen? First, it will calculate an expression. What is the meaning of this expression? Tell me. What is the meaning of this expression? Each ID value is multiplied with 2. Then new ID value is generated. With that ID value, it will calculate average and it will give the result. What is that one? First, it will calculate this expression. That means what is the meaning of this one? Whatever ID values are there, for those ID values, it is multiplied with 2. Whatever result it is getting, on that result, average will be calculated. That is the meaning. Understand clearly? Mhm. Understand clearly? Is that clear or not? Any doubts in this one? See here, like this. That means, see here, first what it will happen? It is multiplied with 2. This is an ID column, right? Is multiplied with 3. What results it's getting? 2, 4, 6, 8. Calculate average on those result what you are getting an expression. What is that one? 5, huh? Okay. See here, 8, first 2, here it is. 2 plus 4. 2 plus 4, how much it is? 6. 6 plus 6, 12. 12 plus 8. 12 plus 8, how much it is? 20. 20 divided by how many records it is? 4. How much it is? 5. Mathematical, same average formula, whatever it is, that based on that it will get. What is that one? What result it is getting? 5 it is. How to validate this particular function? How to validate this particular function? Huh? Click on enter button or click on this particular one. It is validated. Once it is validated, where we can see the measure values? Huh? DAX query view. In DAX query view only we can see the that measure value result, right? How to do that one? How to see the measure value? Right click on this particular AVERAGEX. Under quick queries, you can see evaluate. What is that one? It is getting. So even in visualization also, take the single chord related chord visual and place this one. Understand clearly? Is that clear? You understand, right? X related. And one more important point is, okay. And one more important point is in X related functions, okay. You can pass like expression or you can pass a single column also. Very, very important. In X related functions, okay. You're writing here expression, right? Here you're writing expression with multiple columns between that mathematical operator. In place of this expression, you can pass single column also. If suppose if it is a single column like ID, then what will happen? What will happen when you pass a single column? Huh? See, when you are passing a single column, okay, on this column directly it will calculate average and it will give the result. Okay, what result it is getting? That means when you are passing a single column in X related category of aggregation functions, okay, average and average X both are giving the same result. If you use same columns in both are giving a results. Even in expression only, it is giving a different results. But if you pass in X related category of aggregation functions, when you pass a single column, what aggregation function, single parameter aggregation function will give the result? Same two parameter X related category of aggregation function also same result it is getting. But if you write an expression, both are different. Single parameter aggregation function also we are passing single column. In average X also, if you pass a single column, both are giving same results. That means in X related category of function, that means in in X related category of function, if you pass a single column and in other related, that means single parameter aggregation function, if you pass single column, both are giving same results. In X related category of aggregation function, if you write an expression and single parameter aggregation function, both are giving different results. Understand clearly? In X related category of aggregation function, you can pass single column also. That means either you can write an expression or you can pass single column also. Understand clearly or not? Is that clear or not? Is that clear or not? Any doubts in this one? Huh? Is that clear or not? Any doubts in this one? This is average X rate. Clear? Because why I'm asking these many times is other related functions are similar like that. Count X, min X, average X, sum X, maximum max X. In all X related category of aggregation functions, what is the syntax? Table name, comma, expression. That's it. Remember, in any aggregation X related category of table name, comma, expression. Two parameter syntax it is. Understand clearly? Next one. What is the next function? Count function. What is count function, builder? See, what is count function? It will count the number of records in any type of column. What is the meaning of any type of column? That means inside the count function, you can pass any data type of a column. Numeric, decimal, character, date, anything is allowed. Count will allows any type of column, but count function always it will count the not blank values, not null values only it will count. Very, very important. Count function always it will count the non-blank values, not null values only. Understand? It will exclude count function always exclude the null values and not null values only it will count and it will give the result. Understand clear? See here how it will be there. See here. Suppose I'm applying count function in enter data. Can we apply it or not? In count function returns a single value or multiple value. Any aggregation functions returns a single value only. So single value related DAX functions in which option we can apply? New measure only. Understand or not? Click on this. Here, what is that one? What name you have to write? Function name. After count. Right? See here. FX related name only, you have to pick that one. Okay. Now, what column you need to pass? Any type. Can we pass the name column? Which data set name column? Huh? No. Any type of column. Any data set. I told you, right? In measure related one, any data set, any column, you can pass it here. Suppose I want to pass enter data name. How many records it is? How many records it is? 5 it will. Why 5? Actually, there are 6 rows are there. But why 5? See here. Where we can see the measure result? Under this, right click on this one. How many are there? 6. Why it is showing 6 it is? Because this is not the null value. Suppose when I am passing, maybe it is not a null value. How many records? Because why it is showing 6? Because sometimes you are giving space. Space is not a null value. If you are not giving any spaces or empty, sometimes they are giving some empty value also, right? Those are not null values. If you are not giving any value, don't touch the cell, then only it will consider null in Power BI. Okay, maybe name we are giving some spaces or something like that. That's the reason it is not considered as null value. Okay, did you see? 5. How many records are there? Not null values. How many records are there? 5. Okay, those it will count and it will give the result. Any type of column, even date column also you can pass, even character column also, decimal column, any type of column, because count will allows any type of, but it always count the not non-blank values, not null values only. Understand clear? Next one is count A. I told you, right? At the end, A related function, not quite. You know, right? What values are there? Along with the values, true or false also it is there. Understand? Count AX is not required. A is there, right? At the end. That's it. Next one is count blank. What is the meaning of count blank? Blank means null values. Blank. It will count only blank values in that column. Okay. In which option we can apply? Because it returns a single value, right? Right click on this one. How many are there? How many blank values are there? One it will. Here it is blank values is one record only it is there. This one is. Understand clearly. Next one is, what is the next function? Count rows. What is count rows? We already discussed in transform data. What is count rows? What is count rows? Very good. Very good, Prakash. How can I view quick queries? Where is that one? Quick measure you are asking or quick queries? Quick measure. Okay. See here. Right click on this one. Right click on this particular measure. You will see quick queries and click on evaluate. Right click on a measure. What is count rows? It will count the number of records in a table. Number of rows in a table. Understand clearly now? In transform data, what option is there? Count rows option is there. Do you know where that option is there? In which tab that option is there? You forgot that one, huh? In transform tab. In transform tab, okay. Did you see? Count rows. Prepare it properly. Okay. In a table, how many number of records are there? Always it will count and it will give the result. That is count row. Very important function also. You can apply it on new measure. Can we new measure? Can we right click on the data set and here also you can apply that one? Yes, we can apply it. Anywhere you can apply it. Not every time go to that modeling, click on new measure. Anywhere you can use that one. How many records are there? I'm giving it I'm giving a table name here. In this table, how many records are there? That is what it is. Mm. COUNTX. COUNTX means what is the syntax for COUNTX? Table name, comma, expression. Remember, always X related one is same. Table name, comma, expression. Okay. So can we pass in X related one? Can we pass a single column? You can write expression or you can pass a single column. In new measure only, right? See here, I'm right click on this particular data set and here also you can apply this new measure, right? I'm using this one also. What is the table name here? Enter data, comma. What I am writing is ID into 3. Now tell me what result it is getting. What result is getting? What result is getting? What result is getting? Five or not? Vijay, why 5? Because first it will ID value is multiplied with 3. Okay. After that, what result it is getting? If you count the non-blank values or not null values, how many records are there? Here, here it is blank. Blank into any value means it is blank only. After writing an expression also, whatever it is calculated after count, after applying count, what result it is getting? Same result. That means COUNTX and count function always same results it is getting. Even if you write expression in COUNTX also, it gives the same result. Understand clearly or not? Understand clearly. Suppose, for example, in place of expression, I'm writing a single column like this. What result it is getting? 5 only. Even if you pass a single column also, same result. Or else if you write an expression also, same result. Understand clearly or not? Did you see? Is that clear or not? That means count and COUNTX always same results. Next one is what is this one? Distinct count means it will count the unique records, right? Distinct means unique. Distinct means unique. It will remove the duplicate values of that particular column and it will count how many are unique values are there and it will give the result. Understand? Distinct means unique. Okay. That means what is the meaning of this one? Each value will consider only one time. Okay. And after that, how many records are there? Those it will count and it will give the. We already discussed the column quality, huh? Column distribution, I think so. In column distribution, only distinct and unique differences we can see, right? Column distribution, distinct and unique. Okay. So in distinct, same, whatever it is there here also. See here, suppose for example, Sure. See here, can I apply it on this column? New measure or new column? New measure, because all aggregation functions returns a single value. That's the reason we can apply it on new measure. Only this is column level count. Okay, distinct count. Uh, what is the column name? What is the column name? Region. Okay, I'm writing like this. Now, what will happen? How many records are there? How many records are there? How many? After applying this one, what result is getting? 3. Okay, because it will consider each value one record only. How many one related records are there? 3 are there. That's the reason when you use this one. Right click on this one. Under quick queries, click on evaluate. How many are there? Do you see this one? Understand clearly or not? Is that clear or not? Next. Next one is distinct count, no blank. What is the meaning of this one? Distinct count, no blank. What is the meaning of this? First, it will consider each value one record. Okay. Whatever records are getting, unique records are getting. In those unique records, not blank values only, it will count and it will give the result. Okay. See here. Understand or not? Just I'm passing this one. How many records are there? First, what it will do? First, it will take the unique record from this particular column. What are the unique records? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, blank 4. After that, it will remove the blank values in those column values, and it will give them. What is that one? That means you have 1, 2, 3, 4, blank 5 is there. Okay. Now, after applying this one, it will remove the blank values also. Non-blank values, how many are there? How many unique are there? What? That it will be. See here. Understand clearly or not? Is that clear? Any doubts in this one? This is about the aggregation related functions. Remaining function that we can discuss it in tomorrow's class. Okay. Tomorrow also class will be there. Same timing, same thing. Understand clearly? Next week, once the next week is completed, extra half an hour we need to take the class. Understand clearly? Anna? Next week onwards. That means 9:15, 9:30. I will close that one. Understand? Next, after next week. Understand clearly? So we can stop it here and we'll continue tomorrow, I guess. Today I will share the document. Understand? Check it once.